After years of pushing woke ideology on their streaming platform, the people at Netflix have to be panicking today because it may have finally caught up with them. For the first time in a decade, Netflix had a loss of subscribers for the quarter. Not just people that canceled, but they made up for it with more people signing up. No, they lost 200,000 net subscribers over the last quarter. And as a result, their stock went into free fall. Netflix nightmare, stock craters, 200,000 subscribers lost, predict losing 2 million more this year. Netflix has hit its cap, and now they are in full panic mode. And I mean, how could you not be when your stock looks like this after hours? When your stock drops 25%, nearly 100 points down after hours. That in conjunction with the fact, like, it's not like the stock had been doing great before that. Year to date, let's look at that. Since January, when it was at 600 points. If you factor in what happened today after closing, that is down to now 258, it's worth less than half of what it was just a few months ago. This cannot be underestimated how bad this is for Netflix. Netflix is facing what can only be described as a nightmare scenario as customers continue to abandon the far left streaming entertainment giant in droves, threatening the company's financial stability. Shares of Netflix plummeted more than 20%, now to 25%, in after hours trading Tuesday after the streamer reported catastrophic results for the first quarter. You could see a different chart right here, down 25%. So far this year, Netflix shares are down a staggering 55%. Netflix, which still has a production deal with Barack and Michelle Obama, said it lost 200,000 subs in the first quarter of the year, a huge miss for the company, which had expected to add 2.5 million subscribers. So it's not like they predicted, that they weren't going to get any. They predicted a net positive of 2.5 million. That's why the stock's crashing, because that stock is based on what they predicted it to be, the value that is predicted to have. Well, when you come back and tell us that not only do you not quite hit that growth mark, but you shrank for the first time in a decade, you lost total net subscribers. I cannot imagine the panic that must be going through Netflix right now. Even more troublesome, leaders are forecasting Netflix will lose a whopping 2 million more this spring, potentially the largest quarterly loss of customers in its history. The guidance paints a bleak financial outlook for Netflix, whose main revenue stream is paying customers. In a letter to investors, Netflix blamed password sharing and increased competition from other streamers, including Disney Plus and Amazon Prime Video, for what it euphemistically called revenue growth headwinds. That's certainly an interesting way to say we lost subscribers this quarter, we shrank this quarter. They're going to try to spin it as best they can. Netflix recently began cracking down in earnest on password sharing. Among its strategies is to charge subscribers who share their passwords with people outside of their homes. On Tuesday, Netflix made no reference to customers who have grown increasingly alienated by its woke content. And there is no doubt Netflix has a lot of woke stuff on there. Now, they've taken a stand here or there with stuff that they've left up on there for sure. Look at Dave Chappelle's special. But when it comes to the normal content, it is some of the most woke and identity politics driven stuff on streaming platforms. You can't question that. That is absolutely 100% true. They have overrepresentation in a lot of cases, and it looks like a lot of that may be finally catching up with them, right? This isn't going to destroy their company, right? They still have 200 million plus subscribers, but for the first time, they've hit their peak and slowed down. People have so many more options nowadays. People can watch YouTube. You can watch whatever you want. And you know what? If you don't like somebody, you move on to the next person. You don't like this video, you move on to the next person. People are abandoning traditional media. And in a big way, they're starting to look at a streaming service and saying, do I need to pay this? Netflix just recently increased the prices. I think that's here. Netflix also failed to mention recent price hikes for all domestic subscribers, with premium plan rising from $17.99 to $19.99 per month. And this has now resulted in headlines like this as well in the aftermath. Netflix to start pulling back content spend after losing subscribers in earnings miss. So some of this content that they've been trying to branch out and expand, they might, stop that. They have been spending a lot of money getting original content for Netflix. Looks like that's going to slow down with this happening. This is an absolute disaster. Again, you cannot oversell how bad this is for them. 2.7 million projected, actually lost 200,000 subscribers. And again, since January, the stock is worth less than half of what it was before. This is what happens when you push people away. Eventually, inevitably, they will go away, especially when they have so many other options. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Smash a like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for notifications, share this video out there, and I'll talk to you later. Thanks for watching, everyone. And a huge shout out to my patrons. I appreciate you guys so much. Want to follow me on Twitter or Instagram? Check out the description below. You'll find links to my P.O. box and my Patreon as well. And I'll talk to you guys later.